Hey everybody. So, because the Last of Us Left Behind video finished a lot quicker than what I thought it was, I figured I'm just going to go back online and I'm going to mess about. So this video isn't anything particular, it's just messing around. Still going with my ongoing quest of reaching level 50, which I was trying to get to before I decided to break my wrist. Or should I say before my son decided to break my wrist for me. So, I'm going to carry on a little bit, see how far we get. I am falling off this beanbag. Why on earth did I choose to sit on a beanbag? So we're just going to see how far we go. This video is not of any major importance, it's just for a bit of fun. Now we've got other games that meaning to do videos for, except for a majority of them all unfortunately require my wife's help, because she's got work tomorrow and I've got the kids tomorrow, so I'm not going to be on too late tonight either way. I haven't been on this for, well, say a week, so I'm gonna be rusty, so try not to laugh, guys. I'm also afflicted with the sticky left thumbstick. Some of you have probably already experienced that. If you haven't, you probably will eventually, where your left thumbstick sticks when you try and go certain directions. See, it's not so bad at the minute. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Oh shit. Where'd that go? God, I couldn't hit the side of a barn door tonight. What am I doing? Well, somebody took that one out for me. Am I walking into the middle of an aerial strike here or something? So yeah, if there's one thing I will say, I do not ever claim to be good at the online side of this. I've never claimed to be. I'm okay, I can get a few kills here if I can hold my own, but I'm not that great. You see, once I get to level 50 on this, I'm not exactly sure what my goal will be. I just want to get to level 50 so I can have the girl with the blue hair, the blue skin. Sorry, blue hair, blue skin. She didn't have hair. She kind of got, well, don't know what it is, down the back of her head. I'm sure hardcore Star Wars fans will be able to tell me what race she is or what she's called or something like that. But for now, we're going to call her the blue-haired chick. Because to be honest, I don't know what her name is. Like I've said in past Star Wars videos, I'm into pretty much most things, but I'm not against Star Wars. I love Star Wars, I really do, especially the originals. Chuck a grenade! Oh, come on, dude. What are you doing? So, yeah. So with this one I get to just generally talk about random crap, really. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, what's it called? What is going on with Twitch today? I don't use Twitch very often. I prefer being on YouTube. I prefer broadcasting on YouTube. It's not that I've got anything against Twitch, you know, I don't want anyone thinking that. I certainly don't. It's cool, I've done a few broadcasts on there, but I do generally prefer being on YouTube, so I know what I'm on with, you know. Happy that way. But yeah, for some strange reason today, all the Twitch broadcasts, when you go onto live from PlayStation and try and look at the Twitch broadcasts, there's nothing coming up, and you click on them and it says this broadcast has been stopped for pretty much every single one of them. So what is going on there? I've had a look around the internet, can't find anything really saying anything, to be honest, which was nice and informative of me there, but can't find anything out on there. So if you know what's going on with that one, let me know in the comments if you heard anything about it. So other stuff today as well, on a more bizarre note. Don't think it pretty much affected anybody, apart from a handful of people in the UK as far as I'm aware, but we did have what looked to be the beginning of a PSN outage. I mean, we didn't end up with one. Well, I'm hoping nobody in the world ended up with one. I'm really sorry if you did. But did end up getting booted off the PlayStation Network about 3 or 4 times in a row. It'd last for a couple of minutes and then suddenly it'd go down again, and last for a couple of minutes, go down again, and that was pretty much it for the space of an hour until eventually it stabilised and everything calmed down. So got a little bit worried there. You know, when you've got kids, it's a case of grab what time you've got to play video games, you know, while you can, especially online. Because trying to play online when you've got kids, it's not easy. I mean, I suppose like when you're playing any other game offline, you can just hit the pause button and, you know, that's all well and good. I mean, that probably doesn't really work in our house either. So for anyone who watches my videos on my channel regularly, you'll probably know that me and my son do our gameplay videos. At the minute we're in the middle of doing Lego Jurassic World, I do believe, which is always fun. So yeah, if you've not seen those, go check those out. They're a good laugh. We have a good chuckle with those. Intercom's a little bit late, but still, what can you do? So yeah, with these particular videos, I don't expect a hell of a lot of people to watch these broadcasts of these Star Wars. I mean, because pretty much everybody's doing them. Oh, not bad, 21 kills. I can live with that. That's a respectable score. I can live with that. That's cool. So close to getting my name on the board, but what can you do? So yeah, I mainly just do this for a laugh, really. And people can sort of, you know, refer back to them later. But these I don't sort of have very much in the way of, you know, like a proper point to them or anything. I just do them for a giggle and just for me to sort of talk a hell of a lot and basically bug the hell out of everybody, so. Come on, load up, load up, load up, load up. So yeah, hoping, fingers crossed in the next few weeks, if enough hints have been dropped to my wife and kids, hopefully some birthday games. I mean, it's obviously when you've got kids, going out and buying lots of PS4 games ain't going to happen because, well, obviously kids come first and they need stuff, and quite rightly so. So when we do get a game, it's like every once in a while, or we might pick up one somewhere, or, you know. There's quite a few games I want to get my hands on. I mean, despite the fact we've already got Uncharted 3 on PlayStation 3, I actually do want to get my hands on the Nathan Drake collection, just so I can play through them. I mean, I've never played the first one anyway. Number 2, if I remember rightly, I had that one on the PS3, and for some unfathomable reason, ooh, good shot. For some unfathomable reason, it refused to work. It'd get to so far in the game, and then there was a game-breaking glitch, which pretty much nothing I did, no update, no nothing would fix. So, I don't know if it was just my PS4 was damn unlucky or what. I've never really, truly did figure that one out. Would have been nice to figure it out, you know, just see what really happened there, but... So yeah, hoping if we've got the Nathan Drake collection, I might actually get to finish number 2, which would be nice. Oh, don't you even think it. There we go. Thank you. can always tell that these players are way more skilled than I am. God, he really wanted to kill me, that guy. He wasn't letting up. So yeah, I've completely forgot what I was babbling about, but still. As I said in Future Armor, blather on, blather on. I do have a habit of blathering on, but it's just the way I am, dude, you know? That's me. Which is probably why my wife and everybody thought it was a good idea that I did a gaming channel on YouTube, because I can't stop talking. Some nights I'm a little more hyper than others, so... you know. So yeah, I think eventually the another plan is to get a capture card and hopefully start doing a little bit more work with some of the older consoles instead of just doing PS4 stuff. I mean, because on PS4 I think we have about, what, 12 games, something like that, not including the digital games we've got, the ones that we just downloaded to the hard drive rather than on the disc. I mean, I've got to admit, I do prefer games on a disc a hell of a lot better than what I do downloading them, because I think it's just the idea of, I've got that, it's on my shelf, it looks awesome, etc. And it actually looks like you've got a collection together. You've got them all on your hard drive. It's not a case of just bringing them into your living room and saying, right, that's my game collection, look at my shelf, see what I've got. It's okay, so let me turn on my PlayStation, I'll show you all the other stuff I've got in this folder. It doesn't look half as impressive. I mean, seriously, it's like the Ethan Carter game. All hopes were on for, oh shit. All hopes were, they released that on a physical disc, they didn't. I mean, obviously we've got it as digital content, so there's no other way of getting it, and to be honest, could be waiting forever for it to come to a disc, so didn't want to pretty much wait forever for it. And the main reason why we wanted it anyway is because it's got Ethan in the title, which is my youngest son's name, so obviously we felt we should get it because of that reason, or at least that's the excuse we told ourselves. Like, we need excuses to buy video games, but still. So yeah, the idea is eventually to start getting around to doing stuff with some of the older consoles. I mean, because obviously love gaming, got a lot of consoles now. Still missing an original Nintendo and a Saturn. I think one of the sort of better old consoles I've got in our collection, I would say one of the best is probably the Dreamcast. And we've got all the PlayStations, obviously. My wife insisted that we had to have all of them. So we have, obviously, PlayStations 1 to 4. And that kind of thing. I think out of everything, out of all the stuff, the consoles we love. It's nostalgia. I mean, sort of, I'm, what, 35 now, so... I was there right from the very beginning of the 80s, and the first console I had was one of those ones that plugged. It was a big fancy version of Pong called TV Sports, and the thing that tried to set itself apart, should I say, by putting on the box different game modes: tennis, football, etc., etc. Basically, it was the same sodding game, put the other way around. So instead of having your sticks on the left and right of the screen, you'd have them on the top and bottom, and the dots would be going the other way, and that allegedly was football. So for anyone who sort of goes around saying, oh, we had to have sensible soccer and all that, well, in my day, sensible soccer looked amazing compared to the stuff that I was playing. But, you know, nice memories. And then obviously came things like the Atari 2600. My cousin was really into those. I mean, he did a lot of writing in, you know, like old Atari stuff, and had a lot of stuff to do with Atari and that kind of thing. So we were a big supporter of that. So obviously I got to play a lot of Atari around that time, which were cool. The old Atari Woody, I think, was the best. Actually having a little bit of oak at the front, it was like, yeah. Now, they don't make consoles like that anymore. Actually putting some proper wood material in there, it was like, yeah, okay, there we go. So yeah, then along came the other stuff of it, years, Master Systems, Mega Drives, you know. I mean, I always generally got them quite a few years, usually after they came out. My parents weren't exactly what you call rich, but they did okay by me, they did fine, you know. Don't need tons of cash to have fun on consoles. I mean, a lot of the older stuff anyway I was still enjoying. I think most people, sort of end of, what, the 80s, when everybody were getting into SNES. A second again, come on, dude. When everybody else were getting into the, you know, like the NES and things like that. A lot of people over here in England were getting into Amigas, Atari STs, that kind of stuff. With the old 3.5 discs. And before that, obviously, we had the 5 1/4, which were kind of cool. Having something of one of those, it would kind of put it into the disc drive and pray to God that it loaded. Yeah, again though, I mean, some of the Atari XL, XE stuff, you put that into tape recorder and just pray to God it got there. And then if it didn't, you'd be sat there swearing at the tape recorder going, "You bastard!" Well, obviously I wasn't doing that because I was about 10 at the time, 9 or 10. So yeah, and then obviously along came Mega Drive, SNES, that kind of stuff. So been gaming for a hell of a long time. But out of all the consoles that we've managed to pick up over the years, the one thing I think which is our favourite, mainly because it didn't start its life as just, you know, something we bought. I think our arcade machine is pretty much the coolest thing. Especially the fact that, what's it called? My wife supported the idea, said, yeah, okay, let's get a full-size arcade machine and put it in our living room, which is exactly where it is. We have an arcade machine in the living room. For anyone who subscribes, you'll see on the side of on our Bad Wolf Gamer channel, you'll see the wolf head. That is a picture taken directly from the side of our arcade machine that my wife painted on. So yeah, we got this old arcade machine, and it you know, needed work. It had taken some hammer. It needed a lot of repairs. It needed new T-molding, pretty much everything doing to it. And we thought, can we do this with 2 kids? You know, can we even afford an arcade machine to start with, let alone all the materials to make it look good and power it up and that kind of thing? So, you know, we set off on this project, and we pulled it off. We managed to get an arcade machine for about £30, which not exactly sure what that is in dollars. I think, what is it now? Is it like £6.50 over here? Is like $10 or something? Is it the other way around? Either way, it wasn't much. You know, it was really cheap, but it had some use and some wear and some dents and, you know, that kind of thing in it. So it took a lot of smoothing down. So yeah, we got it for about £30. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that £6.50 is like $10. So I don't know if it comes out about $40 over there, but for an arcade machine, that's not bad. And it was working. Had the old heavy screenings for CRT monitor in the back and that kind of thing. And we thought, you know, let's do this. It's a crazy, once in a lifetime opportunity. We bought it. It weighed a ton. Took about 4 of us to move it. It's a good job we were okay having it in the living room, because it were either that or the kitchen, because there's no way anybody would have lifted that up the stairs, even after we stripped it out. I mean, because we stripped it apart. We really stripped it down, took a lot of the weight off, and the weight still weighs a ton. And so it is one heavy machine. So yeah, we stripped out the CRT monitor, put in a nice flat screen and that kind of thing. And that took some work, and then it was a case of giving it a good rub down, putting a little bit of filler into it, and then painting over the filler, and, you know, it was just 10 ton of work. It was kind of like never ending. I mean, it was fun, and we spent most of a summer doing that in the red hot heat, and it spent most of its first bit of time in our house living in the kitchen, because to be honest we couldn't get it anywhere else. There wasn't room in the living room to be doing the repairs that we needed and painting and everything else with the kids around, so it was a case of putting it in the kitchen, locking the kitchen door and trying to keep the kids out. So yeah, we got cracking with it, and then it was a case of, so what do we put in it? I mean, most people generally put like a PC on and do it that way. We did it with an old Xbox. You know, we have this old Xbox that had been faffed around with, so we did that, and it's turned out to be a lovely little machine. We have fun with it. I mean, it was a case of thinking, you know, wouldn't it have been cool if we were kids to have had an arcade machine in the living room instead of having to go over to the nearest cafe or arcade? I mean, we didn't have arcades near where I lived. The only arcade machines we saw were in the little cafe across from where I grew up. And it had like one video game, which at the time was amazing because, you know, I was, well, still am a big fan of the classic old wrestling, like late 80s, early 90s wrestling, like the Hogan and Warrior and Macho Man years and that kind of thing. And the cafe across the road had this arcade machine with wrestling superstars on it. So, oh no, WrestleFest, I think it was WrestleFest. Either way, it was an awesome game, so obviously that was the first thing that we made sure that this arcade machine had, so... Yeah, it turned out to be a right project, and I think it's still one of the coolest things. It's still, even now, not officially finished, because rather than putting a proper control console, we used 2 giant Xbox arcade sticks. Well, 1 giant Xbox arcade stick, hence the reason why it's not finished, because we're still waiting to try and get another one, which is very annoying. When you know what you want to finish it, it's completely ready to be finished, and you've got this one piece which eludes you. Now, we've seen plenty of them. It's not a case of we can't find any, it's a case of finding one which isn't going to cost more than what it costs to build the arcade machine. I mean, to be fair, I think than anything we expected. I mean, the T-moulding cost more than what the arcade machine cost, but we took it from like a plain white colour, and I think the game that was on it was Shuttle Shot, or Shuffle Shot? We'll go with Shuffle Shot. It was something like that anyway, so it was, you know, it was a bit of a dog when we got it, but it was worth it. I think we were just happy to get it, and then we had to put all the T-moulding on, so we took it from being white to black, and we put bright red T-moulding on it, and then my wife managed to paint wolves on the side, hence the reason BadWolfGamerUK. That's where it came from. It wasn't the case that she just drew wolves, so that's a kind of a thing. It was always this nickname I got stuck with for a while, Bad Wolf. I think Doctor Who were going around at the time, the sort of tenant Doctor Who's, and Bad Wolf was like a major theme in it, and everybody just made this thing about me being a bad wolf. So eventually I got it then tattooed on my wrist after I got used to the name. I kind of liked it, and to this day I love it now. In case anybody's wondering, that is the Bad Wolf tattoo. I know it's backwards, but you can get the general idea. So yeah. So for anybody wondering the history of the Bad Wolf game, which the Bad Wolf name, which I seriously doubt, because I can't see anybody being that fussed. But in case you were curious, that's the reasoning, I guess. There's no way. Oh, okay. First on our team, I can live with that. Oof. And the road to level 50 takes longer and longer. We could do another one of these double experience weekends. I kind of like those. Typical, the last one is when I discovered my wrist was broken and they put the cast on. I mean, I did attempt to play, it wasn't a case of I couldn't handle the pain, it was a case of I physically could not move my thumb in the right direction to get onto the thumbstick proper to move fast, so I was getting picked off left, right and centre. So the only thing I discovered I could actually play on Star Wars was, oh, I forgot the name of it now, Fighter Squadron, is it? I think it was the Fighter Squadron 1. That turned out to be the only thing I could actually physically do, so I just got on with that. It was fun, you know. I don't know why, but every time somebody does this, I just feel like I have to join in. I mean, I've started a couple before, and people have, you know, you're very clever, dude, you're very clever. That's right, everybody run off. I'll take all the power-ups, thank you very much. See, this particular level is always hit and miss with me. Sometimes I will do quite well on it, other times I'll do absolutely awful. In fact, I've not got a kill yet, it's not encouraging. Oh, if I could have just held my stick a little more steady for a couple of minutes there, we might have got somewhere, but it ain't gonna happen. Oh, do not start playing up now. I got this funny feeling that my left thumbstick's starting to play up and I can't exactly pull over and stop. Oh. I think this is going to be one of my worst levels. Let me hide over here, move my mic away for a second. I'll say one thing. If anybody's looking for a decent headset, if you've not got yourself a headset yet, and the one that comes with the PlayStation just isn't enough for you, and you don't want to spend like tons of cash, I mean obviously I couldn't spend tons of cash on mine, Triton Karma, pretty much the best ones to go with. Because in all honesty, they are a really, really nice set of headphones for, I think I paid about £20. So by, you know, headset standards, that is fairly, you know, on the cheap side. Oh crap, that is on the cheap side. And to be honest, I've not been too bad. I mean, I think a lot of the problem, on some of my videos, I've plugged them in and they haven't actually come on. So I think sometimes you do have to double check that they are working. It's always a good sign, always a good move to check that they're working before you actually go online and you sort of sat there and people can see your mouth moving, which I'm hoping hasn't happened on this video because it's going to be very embarrassing. But yeah, these are a nice, decent, sturdy pair of headphones. So if you're wanting something where you don't want to spend like tons and tons of cash, but you want a decent set of headphones, I mean these are pretty awesome. I was having a look around the internet the other day and they've got this 7 best headsets for the PS4 with different price ranges, and this one was on the top 7 list, so you know, obviously doing something right there. Oh, sugar, nearly blew my own guy's head off. Shit, sorry dude. Oh crap. This team is well too organised on this level. Don't know what they're doing, but they're bloody good. So you got majority of them hiding on the spaceship in the dock out there, which obviously we're gonna have to do something about. Oh, that was a really badly timed shot. I'm gonna get shot. I'm gonna get shot. I'm gonna get shot. Can't even see where my goddamn thing's gone back yet, because I've put the camera directly in front of it. My camera screen. Oh shit. And this is why it's iffy playing Star Wars games with my son around, because I have this tendency of wanting to swear and I can't swear in front of him, so it's kind of like feeling this build up, like this pent upness. You know, you need to release it, but you bloody well can't. Oh, balls. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep this video on the short-ish side. Not going to do it for too long. So I don't know if I've mentioned this in any of my other videos, but it seems this is just a playing around video with a lot of ranting and talking and basically talking about nothing important whatsoever. One thing that is majorly important to me, mainly for the fact because one, I find it really, really funny, and two, I actually like the guy. What Snoop Dogg had to say about the Xbox Live. And he said he wants to come over to PlayStation. Snoop, if you ever see this video, which I seriously doubt you're gonna do, join us, mate. Come to the dark side. It's time. I mean, to be fair, yeah, we have a few of the issues at Xbox House. You know, our PlayStation Network goes down. I don't know if it goes down as much as Xbox does, but all I'll say is this, is Xbox has been charging to go online a lot longer than what PlayStation has. They've only introduced this with the PS4, whereas you know, Xbox have been doing it longer, so technically their service should be probably better than ours. You know, they've had more money poured into it for a lot longer. And whether or not that means anything of any kind, who knows, but you know, that's just my take on it. My take is, if their service has been paid for so much longer than what ours has, shouldn't theirs be in better order than ours? Not like more money should have been thrown at it for a long time? I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud here. But yeah, Snoop Dogg, you've got to join us. It'd be cool to have you on PlayStation anyway, because it'd just be cool to add you. I mean, you show me one person, if you had Snoop Dogg on a PlayStation, you wouldn't go out looking to add him. I mean, because that would be fairly epic. Oh, I got some kill assists, finally. I hit the board. Well, that's good enough for me, I think, for the night. So yeah, this is me just been having a rant and having a play around and just a general chat. So, like I said, if you do happen to see this video and you want to check out some which aren't just me ranting on about any old crap, check out my channel, BadWolfGamerUK on YouTube. Unfortunately I haven't got to 100 subscribers yet, and by YouTube's rules you've got to get to 100 subscribers before you get to actually get a channel name, so it's one big string of numbers. So just type in BadWolfGamerUK, or just click on my name below this video if you found it that way. And yeah, and then check me out and subscribe. Please subscribe. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again on a proper video. Didn't mean to come back on air then. No, it's for coming off air, not coming back on it.